Hi, I'm Millie and I'm here to talk to you about the supply chain for lamb that is produced in New Zealand and exported by Ansco Foods to the United Kingdom. I chose this product because coming from a sheep and beef farm, what happens to the lamb once they leave our property is of interest to me. Lamb is a premium New Zealand red meat which is exported all over the world. Like other types of meat, lamb meat is a high quality protein source as well as containing many vitamins and minerals including selenium, zinc and iron. New Zealand has been exporting lamb to the UK for decades. The high quality products are valued highly in the Northern Hemisphere. This is the supply chain for lamb from paddock to plate. Begins on the farm with the breeder, finisher, transported to the meatworks. Processing of the carcass is undergone in the processing. The products are then exported to the international retailer Waitrose, to which it finally reaches the consumer. Regulation is significant in all stages of this supply chain from paddock to plate, covering not only food quality and safety for consumers, but also the animal welfare standards of the animals up until culling. New Zealand as a whole is globally recognised for its high quality red meat standards, in this case lamb, so regulations are needed to ensure New Zealand maintains this good reputation and maintains their place in the market. Two significant regulations that I'm going to be talking about are animal welfare and food safety. Animal welfare is a significant regulation on farm during transportation as well as processing. The MPI, Code of Welfare for Sheep and Cattle, was created to put guidelines in place for farmers to abide by with their farming practices, including tail docking, crutching and dipping, avoiding issues such as fly strike. In doing these things, it improves the quality of the meat and increases stock numbers, as problems like fly strike won't be affecting mobs of valuable sheep. The welfare of the animals during transportation should be of the driver's best interests. As per the Code of Welfare, animal injury and distress can be avoided if facilities, including ramps, races and holding yards, are designed and constructed according to the needs and abilities of animals. The New Zealand Livestock Transport Assurance Program put regulations in place to ensure that the welfare of the animal as well as the quality of the products is met during transportation. Things like having access to water prior to loading, having enough room to maintain natural posture and normal behaviour are outlined. After all, if injury or stress is caused to the animal, the quality of meat lessens, having flow-on effects further down the supply chain. Animal welfare regulations also applies to the processing stage. The death of the animals must occur as quickly and painlessly as possible. Stunning causes the animal to lose consciousness and prevent them from any feeling during slaughtering, and this is compulsory for any commercial slaughter in New Zealand. Given that the Muslim population in the UK is growing, New Zealand abides by halal certification, so they have access to a big market with regard to exporting lamb to the UK. In general, abiding by animal welfare laws helps to protect the pure New Zealand reputation of their lamb products and keep demand high in the industry. So the next regulation is food safety. It applies to the international retailer Waitrose as well as the consumers. Waitrose have to ensure that they meet the food safety requirements for their imported lamb. Information must be true and correct so that their consumers know exactly what the product is and they can have trust in it before they purchase it. Food safety involves hygiene in the workplace, ensuring no contamination occurs with the frozen meat during the importing of it from New Zealand. From the paddock to the plate, the lamb passes through many processes and regulations by which consumers are heavily reliant on to ensure that the food they are consuming is of high quality and meets safety standards. Food safety regulations are implemented to ensure the lamb is free from any sort of contamination along the supply chain, as well as the correct temperature when it reaches the consumers. Raw and cooked meat is deemed potentially hazardous as it is capable of supporting bacteria. It is very important that storage and cooking information is displayed on the packaging and available to consumers so they can minimise the risk involved with products like lamb. Overall, in doing this research into the regulatory influences involved throughout the various steps of this lamb supply chain, it is clear how the channel members operate in order for the product to go from paddock to plate to meet the final consumer. Implementing regulations across the various stages is hugely beneficial. They reduce animal welfare and enhance environmental sustainability so that the industry is able to sustainably continue producing lamb into the future. Nowadays, these are very important issues in society for both the New Zealand and UK residents, as well as ANZCO and Waitrose's reputations. In general, without strict food safety and food quality standards being met through the production of lamb, Waitrose would not be getting the global recognition for their high-end products.